Hi, everyone. Welcome to City's mindfulness-based social emotional learning tips and tricks video session. My name is Leanne Benedict, and today I want to share with you a strategy that might be helpful to have in your classroom, or depending on your context, if you work with small groups of students, to have available for students to use. And it's called a calming box, and I actually have one set up in a box and one set up in a bag. And so depending on how mobile you need to be and what works for you, either is fine. So the reason we would have one of these, a calming bag or a calming box, and have these materials in a space in your room that maybe you call peace corner or calming corner or mindful moment corner, whatever, a Zen space, is to provide students who may need some time to regulate in some way for whatever reason, providing them tools and strategies that they can self-select and use as needed. Certainly we need to teach students, because I always get the question, well, what about the student who just wants to play with the stuff? Now, that will happen. But what I've done in the past is when I'm ready to introduce something like this, I have a session where I just sit with students and let's pull out the bags and boxes. Let's look at what's in here so that they can have an opportunity to play and check it out and explore all the different things. And then I invite them to select one that they feel that if they were in a moment of need where they needed to calm themselves, which one might appeal to them. So we go through that first, give them that opportunity to explore and play, to kind of get that out of their system. And then we talk about how each of these different strategies might be helpful in calming them down. You can just go to the dollar store, go to a craft store, and find a variety of different things. There are websites also and tons of stuff on Pinterest with ideas about what you might want to put in a calming corner or calming box. You can check those things out, but use what you've got. So I have a bag of seashells in here that some students really like, the texture and appeal of that. I have in here pipe cleaners, where students may just take a couple of them and braid them together, or make something, or make a breathing stick. And so pipe cleaners. I have a little mini Etch-a-Sketch that I got at the dollar store. Feathers. So for some students, just the tactile aspect of the feathers or blowing on the feathers is something that can be helpful to them when they're in a moment of need. Slinkies are always very popular, so having a few slinkies in there can be good. Different kinds of stress balls. This is actually a stress ball that I made with students. This is just Play-Doh and 2 balloons. So you can even have students make their own stress balls, and then you can keep those in the calming corner, calming bag. And then things like Play-Doh, fabric, for the students who really like the texture of different fabrics, coloring sheets and markers, tools like this that are just, distracting. The reason we use things like this is because when a student is in amygdala hijack or feeling dysregulated, things like this that are novel or out of the ordinary of what they're normally using in the classroom, and pulls them out of that place and redirects their attention to this type of object or this type of activity right here in the moment. And so it's a great strategy to have some of these things on hand and available for students to use when they need it. Okay, and so in the calming box, I have similar objects. So using whatever carrier works for you, even going bigger, like a bigger bin, and having blankets and stuffed animals and things like that available for students who need that sense of safety and security as a way to regulate. So that is calming bags, calming boxes, and just a great way to have some things available for your students when they need it. I hope you find this helpful. Again, search Pinterest for lots of different ideas of things you might have in a calming bag or a calming box, or how you might want to set up a calming corner in your space. And so with that, look forward to hearing your feedback and different ideas that you have for what you put in a calming bag or calming box. We welcome your suggestions for other things that you'd like to have us explore and offer here. With that, I wish you well. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.